Today we are going to study a topic from the chapter Light Reflection and Refraction, and the name of the topic is Image Formation by Spherical Mirrors. So these are the following contents which I will be covering, starting from the reflection of light, so the basic definition and the laws of reflection. Then spherical mirrors. Based on the reflecting surface, there are two types of spherical mirrors, concave mirror and convex mirror. Then rules of ray diagrams. There are certain rules which have to be followed for the ray diagrams, and then image formation by concave mirror, and finally the image formation by convex mirror along with the uses of concave and convex mirrors. So coming to reflection of light, what do we understand by reflection? When a ray of light approaches a smooth polished surface, the ray of light bounces back in the same medium, and it is called reflection of light. So basically there are two laws of reflection. The first one is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So here we will see this is the reflecting surface. So when this is line normal to the reflecting surface. So the first rule says this is the incident ray. So the ray of light is reflected back in the same medium. This is called as reflection. Now this incident ray, this is the angle of incidence. So according to the first law, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. This one. And what the second law says, that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal, all these lie in the same plane. So this is the second law of reflection. Now coming to spherical mirrors. So as I have already mentioned that based on the reflecting surface, spherical mirrors are defined. So when the reflecting surface is curved inwards, see, this is the reflecting surface, this is curved inwards. This is called as concave mirror. And when the reflecting surface, this is the reflecting surface. So when the reflecting surface is curved outwards, it is called as convex mirror. This is convex mirror. So on coming to the ray diagrams, there are following terms which we have to understand for the better understanding of ray diagram. So we will be now familiar with the certain terms. So for concave mirror and for convex mirror. So this is the concave mirror, and this is the convex mirror. So the center of the reflecting surface is called as pole. Here in this case, this is the pole, the center of the reflecting surface, which lies on the reflecting surface itself. It is called as pole. Now when we will draw, it will form a complete sphere like this way. So the center of the sphere, this is called as C, known as center of curvature. Now the radius of the sphere is known as R. Here the radius of the sphere is known as R. Now focus. What is called as focus? The half of the radius. The half of the radius is known as focus. Focus is half of the radius. So what is focus? This is the focus, or this. Now what is principal axis? A line which joins the center of curvature and the principal axis. And the pole. The line which joins the pole and the center of curvature is known as principal axis. This is principal axis. In this case, this is the principal axis. Now based on these terms, we will see the rules of ray diagram. So these are the rules of ray diagram. So for concave mirror and for convex mirror. This is P, this is F, and this is C. Similarly, in this case, this is P. Here, the centered focus is this, and C is this. So, what the first rule says, and the light which is parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus. The light parallel to the principal axis will pass through focus. Similarly, here the light which is parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus. Now coming to the second rule. So what does the second rule says? This is P, this is F, this is C. Similarly, this is P, this is F, this is C. Now, the second rule says that a ray of light which passes through the focus will reflect back parallel to the principal axis. So, a ray of light which will a ray of light passing through the focus will be reflected parallel to the principal axis. Now coming to the third rule. What the third rule says, a ray of light falling on the center of curvature will be reflected back with the same angle. See, this is the incident ray and it will be reflected back with the same angle. Similarly, it will be reflected back with the same angle. Now finally coming to the last rule. So what it says, a light ray which falls on the pole will be reflected with the same angle of incidence. So here the I will be equal to R. At the pole, the angle, the ray of light which falls with an angle will be reflected back with the same angle. Here at the pole, the angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection. So based on these four rules, we will see the image formation by concave mirror and the convex mirror. First of all, coming to concave mirror. See. Now this is P, this is F, and this is C. When the object, see the object is represented Here I am representing it by green light. One more thing which I want to specify, for the position of image, there has to be intersection of two reflected light, ray of lights. So now when the object is placed at infinity, the first case we will see the ray of light coming parallel to the principal axis. Where it will fall? It will fall on the focus. Similarly, this light coming from infinity parallel to the principal axis will be reflected from the focus. So the image formed will be at the focus. The size of the image is highly diminished, it is point sized, it is real and inverted. Now coming to the second case. Coming to the second case. This is B, F and C. When the object is placed beyond C, beyond center of curvature, the light coming parallel to principal axis will fall passing through the focus. The light will from the center of curvature will be reflected back in the same from the center of curvature itself, and the object will be formed at the intersection of two reflected rays. So this is the, suppose this is A and B, this is the image A dash and B dash. So the image will be formed between F and C, it will be diminished and real and inverted.